today's hike, we are at Broad Run Park and we will be doing the Highland Crossing Trail. Even if it is an overcast or cloudy day, you still probably want to wear sunscreen. You always want to make sure you have comfortable shoes to walk in, and you want to make sure you have a buddy. If you've got all those things, you're ready to hit the trail. Some things that you will see along the way are those purple dead nettles that keep showing up everywhere, and some onions, some mayaples, some briars, and my assistant Callie will explain to you how you should handle those if you come in contact with them.
The briars have thorns on them. If you touch them, it will hurt.
Along this trail we found lots of honeysuckle. This type of honeysuckle is an invasive species in Kentucky, but it is endangered in Japan. Some people like to pull the blossom off of the plant and pull out the center at the bottom to taste the sweet nectar that's inside of the flower. There were some parts of the path that were not completely paved but had some rock to allow water to flow through. It was still pretty easy to roll over with the stroller. The first part of the path was in a wooded area, and it was paved only for people to walk on and not for any bikes to ride on. Here we saw mushrooms growing along the path and a snail making its way along the trail. We found a couple of four-leaf clovers. Off to the side of this trail we saw a trail marker for the Karst Climb Trail, which is one that bikes and people on feet can use. You can also exit this trail at this point and go across the road to join with the Louisville Loop. But we kept going on our Highland Crossing Trail to see where it would lead us. In this picture you can see a little bit of the Karst Climb Trail from the Highland Crossing Trail. We saw a new flower on this hike called the yellow rocket cress. You probably will see it if you take this trail. Once the trail opens up into a field area, you will see the park road along the side of it, and you will actually need to cross that road to get to the rest of the trail.
Okay.
Here's Callie explaining how to cross the road safely.
Whenever you're about to get on the road, stop before you get on the sidewalk. Just stop at the end of the sidewalk and then push the stroller if you have a baby or something, and then wait until you get to the red thing and then cross. And if you see there's no cars, then you cross.
As soon as you cross the road, you will see these signs explaining that the trees that are fenced off in this area are American chestnut trees that the park is working on restoring. Here in the video, I have included each of the signs so you can pause and read them to yourself if you'd like to. We will also summarize them in the lesson guidance for this week. As you can see in this picture, the trees are protected by a very tall fence so that they can grow safely. Once you pass the fenced-in area, you will come to a crossroad, and this is actually the Louisville Loop. So if you want to take the Louisville Loop back to the parking area, you can, or you can turn around here and go back to the Highland Crossing Trail and go back the way you came. We chose to go to the Louisville Loop, so this new trail does have some similar things in it, like mushrooms, but it also has bikers, so just be cautious that there may be bikes alerting you that they are passing as you are walking the trail. We also saw some more honeysuckle. Since this is part of the Louisville Loop, this part of the trail is a little wider and just as accessible as the other trail, so it should be easy to walk or roll on. Here we saw another one of our Louisville Loop mile markers. This one was mile 56.5. As we were walking back to our car, we noticed there was another trail off to the side that we could do called the Leatherwood Trail. So we decided to head back to the car and put the stroller up so we could check out that trail. The Leatherwood Trail is not accessible for wheelchairs or bicycles, but I took a couple pictures of some poppies, rocks, trees, some things we saw on that trail, and a little clip of the beginning of the trail so you could get an idea for what it looked like or for what it would sound like. From there, we headed back to the parking lot to the car, and that was all for today's hike. I hope you enjoyed it.